What's up, everybody? It's your boy JerryWill24 back with another reaction video as usual per usual. Stranger Things Volume 1. Volume 1 is back. It's been a long time coming, baby. I've been waiting on this day. I know you have too, because everybody loves Stranger Things. If you know, Stranger Things owns Netflix. Like ain't nothing topping Netflix. It's been a long 3 years. It's been a long 3 years now, and I forgot some things, truthfully, but they do a little recap before episode 1. Thankfully, okay, and we're gonna get into some recap as well as our own recap as well. But Stranger Things is finally back, and I'm just happy. I'm just happy. You know, this is just volume 1. They got a volume 2 coming. Volume 2. Now, we thought this was gonna be the last season. That's what we was told. That's what the breaking news was. But there's more breaking news. This is not the last season. They got one more coming. One more coming. How long we gonna wait? I don't know. We already waited 3 years for this. I'll wait 3, 5, 8. How long it takes? How long it takes? I can't wait, truthfully, because the end of the volume 1 was phenomenal. Okay. Another thing, notice these kids are grown. Grown. I'm shocked because in season 1 they was like maybe 11, 12 years old. Now these niggas is grown. What the hell am I doing? What the hell am I doing? These kids just grown up, and now they adults shaving beards and being adult going through puberty. I never thought I'd see today, man. It's just crazy how in 4 seasons all of that can happen. It's life. It's life, truthfully. But you know, shout out to the cast, man. They still working with the show. They still doing their thing. They're also doing outside of the things of Stranger Things. So that's cool to see as well. And there's some new things that happened this season that I noticed. The first thing I noticed is that the episodes are way longer. Like long, okay? Because season 3, the episodes were like maybe 40 minutes, around that range. And then the season finale will always be over an hour and some change. Now in season 4, every episode is over an hour. And I mean every episode. It's almost like they shooting movies. Now, it's not a show, it's a whole movie. Okay? And then in the volume 1 ending, it's almost about 2 hours. Just about. And now in 40 minutes, that's only 20 minutes away from 2 hours, hitting 2 hours, truthfully. So they getting money. That's all I know. They getting money. That's what I got from that. All right. Another thing I noticed, new things that happen in Stranger Things is, characters. They're always introducing new actors, new characters to the show, and they introduced 3 important ones that I took from this season. They introduced 3 important characters. One of them really wasn't that important, truthfully, but 3 new characters. I like all 3. Never mind, I can't say I like all 3. I'm gonna just introduce one. The first one we got is Eddie. Eddie, cool guy, nothing too crazy. You know what I'm saying? He is the leader of the Hellfire Club, which Dustin and Lucas and Will are part of. I think Will's part of it too. They're part of that club. He's the leader of that club, and he's also the drug dealer in the school, known as the drug dealer in the school. And listen, he ain't do nothing run. All he was trying to do is make a couple extra bucks, and he was just caught at the wrong place at wrong time. Now the whole town blames everything on him. All the murders and everything that's going on, they blame it on him, and he ain't even do shit. He didn't. Eddie deserves better, all right, because he just walked into this bullshit. He didn't even know that this town was cursed like that. So that's how Eddie is introduced to the gang, and he finds out what has all how crazy Hawkins is now, and he didn't even know. But wrong place, wrong time. So Eddie, cool cat, but you know he didn't deserve all this. He definitely didn't deserve this. Second character that we get introduced is Arjali. I don't know how to pronounce it. Y'all know I can't read. Spanish character. He is introduced as Jonathan's best friend / stoner friend. You know, he a little slow, to be honest. Like, the shit he be doing just crazy. This is the one that I said that really isn't that important, but I might take that back, truthfully. For one reason, he has a van, okay? He is picking everybody up. He's driving everybody around town. He definitely saves everybody's life in one scenario that was very clutch. He came through. Alright? So I take that back. Arjali, you are very important to this team. Alright? You are very important. See, I take that back. Third character. This nigga is something else. This nigga ain't nothing but bullshit and deceiving. All I'm gonna leave it as number one. Because I definitely don't know if he goes by Henry or Peter. I'm gonna call him number one. Alright, that's all I'm gonna leave it as. Just know he is on some bullshit and he is the cause of everything. And I mean everything. Everything that's going around Hawkins, blame it on him. I'm gonna get into that a little bit later, but just blame it on him. Okay, so those are new things that happened in this season that I took note of. And you know, let's just do a little recap, okay, of what happened last season. Season 3, L saves the world once again. Nothing new. We know L's about that shit, okay? But L loses her powers. That ain't good. That's a no-go. L loses her powers. Her adoptive father, Hopper, we think he died from the explosion. And then what else happened? L, father, and then, oh, Mike. Mike leaves the town. Mike and his family packs up, leaves Hawkins because of all the bullshit that Hawkins comes with. But he leaves L behind, his girlfriend. Hey, I agree with the parents, okay? That city ain't nothing but cursed bullshit. And you think I'm gonna keep having my kids go through this shit? I'm out, okay? I'm out. So that's the real little recap we had for this season. Now let's get into more of this season because a lot has been going on, all right? Like I said, everything's over an hour. Every episode's over an hour. Now, the band, the team, I guess, or the gang is still together, you know. They're kind of a little distant, you know. Lucas is on the basketball team, but he never really plays Find Out Races. But he does win state championship for them, so I might allow it. Dustin is still Dustin, smart kid, doing all the technology, whatever. Will and L are kind of close. A little too close if you ask me. I don't know if Mike be cool with that. But L is just getting bullied. Alright, everybody's picking on this girl. She getting her ass whooped by these group of kids. And Will is just being their supportive. I wouldn't expect anything more from Will but being supportive. Truthfully. So she getting her ass kicked every day, and Will's just there like, oh, you can do it, it's all wrong, you know, everything. Like, Will, you can do better, my brother. You can definitely do, my brother. Another character, Max. Max is still dealing with the death of her brother Billy, and that's just, Max is not the same. Her and Lucas are not even together no more, but you know, she's still pushing through it, I guess, and she's always listening to music. Always, every 5 seconds she is listening to music, and I can understand that because that's how you can cope with things and just move on with things, but it's not gonna heal it. Only time can heal pain. Only time can heal pain, you know what I'm saying? And then everything is fine until Mike comes back to visit. Yeah, Mike comes back to visit his friends, and that's when shit starts going down. We get to meet the one who caused all the bullshit in Hawkins, who started all this, who is the ringleader of everything that goes down in Hawkins, all the strange shit. Vecna. Vecna, like I said, is the one that is causing all this, all the strange thing that's been happening, all that curse shit, all the little creepy shit going on. Vecna is the one that's been sending all the mind flares, the little monsters that's open up like a plant. He's been controlling everything, and now we get to see the leader and how he came about and how he came to be. And he also reminds me like a little Nightmare on Elm Street, Freddy Krueger. He's the type, I feel like that's what inspired him to make this character, because you know Freddy Krueger, he goes for kids in their dreams. They usually be teenagers, and he takes your body like that. Vecna, he doesn't, I guess you kind of are, I don't know, Vecna puts you like in a little tranquility, reality, I don't know, he I don't know what's the word I'm looking for, but he basically catches you, right? And then he turns you up, and then cracks your little body like in a little certain weird way, and then you're done so after that. But they said that you're really not dead after that. You're just in you're in his conscious, or he's hosting your mind or soul. My fault. He's hosting your soul hostage type. So I don't know. I think we're gonna find out more later on about that. And now we need L. We need L. And L, like I said, lost her powers. So she need to get her powers back. So how does she do that? White dude pops up, says, hey, we heard what's been going on. We lost your powers. We can get you your powers back to be a superhero again. Finesse her ass. Low key, not low key to be honest, because she does get her powers back, but it's kind of like in a flashback. The whole L scenes where she goes back to the trenches where she started, you know, we also learn a lot about L too, or how she possibly could have had parents, how she could be clones, you know, and it's just, we learn a lot about L, right? So she goes back to where she started and she see Papa again. Papa, bullshit ass nigga, truthfully. But we see everything how it came to be, how she got her powers, and now she's back in the trenches trying to get her powers back. But it's a lot going on because it's sort of like a little flashback, truthfully. Like one scene she could be a little girl, then another she can be an adult, and then another flashback. It's like a whole flashback thing, but at the end it's going to make sense, because it's not making sense right now, I'm telling you, but if you watched it, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, you definitely gonna understand later on by the end, because the last episode was just like, wow, I can't wait for volume 2. You know, they really did their thing on it. Shout out to the writers, shout out to everybody on that, because they did their thing. So yeah, Elle's gonna have to face off with Vecna. I don't know how she's gonna do it, truthfully. I mean, technically she already did, but now he's a demon. Yeah, that nigga's a demon now. So I don't know how that's gonna play out, but I know Elle can do it. I know she can, and she will, for the sake of Hawkins. All right. I can't think of anything more to talk about with season 4, but I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10, just because of that last episode. The last episode just really set it off for me, really had me like, wow, that was really good. And I'm counting down to volume 2. Volume 2 is supposed to come out July 1st, so mark that on my calendar. That's Stranger Things grind. That's what I'm gonna put down. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, that's it for Stranger Things volume 1. Waiting on volume 2. 10 out of 10. Just waiting on volume 2, man. If you haven't seen it, make sure you go peep it. If you have seen it, I know you're waiting just like me for volume 2 to drop, so we're just gonna have to wait. And then season 5, we don't know when that's gonna come out, but it's gonna come out eventually. Hopefully they have to. Alright, but that's it for this reaction video, man. I appreciate y'all being here as usual. Make sure you go ahead and subscribe and like to the channel, and then go to my other channel, JerryWolf24. Got the comedy skits on there, dropping content on there as well, so make sure you subscribe and like so you don't miss out on there. But I appreciate y'all being here as usual.